Hello! Let me see if I can put my camera. It's a very exciting day for me. I am so happy because I was able to use a quantum computer online. Yes, I was able to connect to the IBM computer and I was able to play. And it's so exciting to play with it. It's finally, you know how if you are a musician and you always wanted to play with this very famous musician, it is like that. It's like you actually got to be able to do the thing that you always wanted and show it, and then be able to explain it to to other people as well. Because I was so excited that I was showing to people, hey, look, I can do this. So I'm going to show you live how a quantum computer works. Yeah, okay. I became aware of this thing, and probably you can actually do it too. You know, it's not special to me or in any way. You just have to sign up. There's something called a quantum experience, IBM quantum experience. You can sign up and you have access to their quantum computer and you can start writing your own circuits. And it's very good because you can actually teach tangibly about the weird stuff about quantum mechanics to students. So that's exactly what I'm going to show. So let me go back to my, let's open it up. Okay, let's take a look at it. All right, there you go, quantum experience. So the thing is that you gotta be able to, as you can see, I already made my own notebooks here. As you can see, there is the superposition experiment right there, highlighted in gray. And let me show you what you can actually do. This is actually connected, okay, and here's my circuit. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so there it is. So as you can see all the symbols. Very good. Okay, let's see if I can slide this one down. Well, you can actually see it right here. If you look on the screen, you can see the Q1s, Q0, all of those right here, all those cat symbols, those are actual electrons. They are electrons all oriented in the same direction. It says 0 right there because those electrons are actually in all oriented in the same direction. So you can imagine they're all spinning like this in the same direction. If they are 1, that means they're spinning in the opposite direction. So you can imagine up for rotation like this, and then down for rotation like this. Okay, all right. So 2 subtleties, and the way they can manipulate these electrons is by means of magnetic field. Okay, so you can actually show all kinds of results. So you see that H right there, and it's let's see if I can actually move this one, slide it a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. So as you can see, there's what it is. You see an H. So that H is an operation that allows you to take that first, this one right here, this one, allows you to take that ket 0 and put it in a superposition. So basically what it does, it takes the spinning electron like this, and it makes it either go up or down, you know. So it kind of it's doing something like this, and we don't know which way it is. Okay, you know, the interpretation as to what it's actually doing, well, that's questionable. Nobody has been able to understand really what's going on. We know it's kind of like going like this or like this. It's up or down when you actually put it in a magnetic field sideways like this. So if the particle is rotating like this and you put sideways the magnetic field going like this, what it does, this spinning particle can either go this way or this way. So we don't know which way it is going. So that's what that H right there is doing. And notice that I put right there another black thing that's actually measuring what the outcome of that particular superposition state. So what do you think is going to happen? Well, as you might imagine, half the time will be like this, half the time will be like this. But let's see. So I'm gonna run the experiment, and it's running, it's running. You're seeing it live. The world can see live an electron. The electron is spinning. Oh, there you go. There's a message. I got it. I got the message. So let me slide down. Let me slide down. There you go. Is it already done? 32 minutes ago and completed. Okay, so a few seconds ago. Oh, I see, because I did 2 runs. I did one 32 minutes ago to test it, and I'm doing another one right now. So let's look at the one that I did right now. Let's look at the results of our experiment with this electron. This is exciting. Ooh, let's look. Let me go down. It gives you a lot of information about what happened. There's my circuit and the results. Show it. Ah, there it is. There are the results, as you can see. Look at that. Okay. So notice underneath we got a bunch of zeros, and on the right also we have a bunch of zeros, but there's a 1. So the last digit in this sequence corresponds to the electron that we were manipulating, because there are five electrons that we can manipulate. We pick one spinning up. So notice 50% of the time, 50.879% of the time was spinning up, and 49.121% of the time was spinning down. So more or less 50% of the time, as we would have expected, right? It would be weird if something can go this way or this way, that it stays, that it just tends to go more to one side than to the other one, right? So that's pretty much what is going on here. So this is an example of a superposition. Okay, so you just observe an electron that was superposed, and we actually did a measurement. As you can see, 50% of the time was in one direction, and 50% of the time was in a different direction. There's an example of a superposition, right? Okay, well, how about an entanglement? Oh, an entanglement is more interesting, because when you have an entanglement, now you have 2 things, okay? You can take one electron rotating in one direction. You can take an electron rotating in the same direction. But then you can arrange it so that both of them are up or both of them are down. And the weird thing is that when you make both of them go up or down, there is no exchange of energy or mass between them. That is weird, right? There's no exchange of energy or mass between them. That is weird, okay? At least that we know of, right? You might argue, well, if both of them are up or both of them are down, how can there be no connection between them? Well, how can there be no exchange of energy or mass? Well, it turns out that we haven't found anything, okay? They have done experiments where they separate them. They separate them far, far, far away. One going far, far away that way, and the other one go far the other direction, and they can observe a correlation between them, no matter how far apart you put them. I like to imagine that they are coordinated, right? Like when you create them, I like to imagine that they sort of coordinate in the middle, some way, in time. They've done experiments, however, where they try to, that disproves that you can actually arrange them at the beginning, but maybe there's some clever way of arranging them at the beginning that allows you to measure them far away and still get the same result. Either way, there is no exchange of mass or energy, right? And they are correlated. That's what this is showing us, okay? So let's go into, see if I can go into my other circuit. Let me go into my other circuit, because I got several. Let's go into the entanglement circuit, okay? So I got Bell entanglement, right, Bell entanglement. So I actually build, as you can see here, by the way, here underneath, right here underneath me, right there, you can see a bunch of gates that you can use to program this quantum computer. And of course, you have to understand what these are, but these are basically operations that allows you to take any um, the, the particle, the spinning particle, and manipulate it in ways in the ways that you want. Okay, so I built one called entanglement because right here, ladies and gentlemen, you have an entanglement. Let me see if I can move this one this way. Oh yeah, there you go. So underneath, as you can see, 0 and 1 are connected. As you can see, I put it in a superposition, like you can see right there. I put the H, and then right here, you can see there's a line connecting that indicates that I'm entangling those two, okay, in such a way that they are either, so basically, they can be both up or they can be both down, but there is no energy or mass connection between them. They're just entangled. That's how we say it. They're entangled. When you measure both of them up, you get both of them down. Okay, this is kind of like saying, I just want to make a weird analogy here. It's like taking two coins, flipping them in the air, and when they land, they both land heads or they both land tails, but there is no exchange of mass or energy between them. Okay, that's weird. I mean, it is possible, right, to make sure that two coins always land heads and tails if you throw them just right, right? If you're one of those kids that knows how to throw the coin consistently all the time, yeah, you could do that, right? You can do that. You could, you can. I used to have those tricks when I was a kid. I'm not sure if they work, but I got the feeling that they always worked. Like I knew how to throw the coin so that to make sure that it always landed the way I wanted, right? So if you take two coins and you throw them just right, you make most of the time will be heads and most of the time will be tails, right? But you have to make sure the initial conditions and the timing and the air and everything is controlled. Now imagine doing that with a computer, right? That's kind of hard. I mean, with two may not be as hard, but if you got 10 and you got to make sure you want to make sure they land in very specific ways, okay, that starts getting very difficult, right? You need a computer to program a computer for that, almost, right? So, okay, so I have an entanglement right here, and I'm just going to do a measurement. Woo, move this way, and let's run it again. And I'm going to hit run right here. And is it going? Yeah, there you go. Was sent to IBM simulator. So right now it's simulating the entanglement. Oh, what are we going to see? What if it doesn't work? What if the computer breaks in the middle of an operation? And we have results. Yes, completed a few seconds ago. As you can see, I ran it 33 minutes ago. So let's take a second look. Let's take a second look at the results. Oh my God, I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? The computer's gonna break, and then we're not gonna be able to do calculations, and we're not gonna be able to demonstrate physics to the world. Oh, this is exciting for a kid. Imagine a kid playing with this. Wow. Okay, having these wonderful conversations. Isn't this the kind of way, the way we want to teach kids in the classroom? This is the way we should teach kids in the classroom. Anyway, let's go look at the results. And we see the results. There you go. There's my circuit. Okay. Now you can see a picture of my whole circuit. In fact, let me move this way. So as you can see, the first qubit. Okay, qubit. What does that mean? Well, a qubit is that is the first electron spinning. The other qubit is the other electron spinning. That's pretty much what that is saying. And they both started up. That's zero right there. The zero's right there. Those are the two things spinning. And notice that I put the Hadamard gate with that, which is the H that you see right there. That one put it in a superposition principle. So that means it was doing something like this, right? It's kind of like flipping in the air. And that line right there basically makes sure that whenever the one on the first one is up, the other one's up. And when the other one is down, the other one is down. But we don't know right now how it is. It's just flipping in the air and somehow is bringing the other one in. and they are coordinating their actions without energy and mass. Go figure. How does he do it? Who knows? That's the puzzling part, right? And as you can see, use those things that look like gas meters. Those are how I'm doing the measurement, right? I'm measuring right there. So as you can see here. Oh, yeah, how's my timing? Okay, good. So now let's see what we obtain, and there you go. About 50% of the time, both of them are 0 0. 50% of the time they are 1 1, right? And there is no exchange of energy between them. Wow. Oh, that is so weird, right? That is so weird. So, well, and of course, you can start building more complicated entanglements between this, and it's accessible to everyone, right? So, I suggest all of you try to get into this one and start playing with your circuits. I've been reading papers on the new stuff coming out in quantum mechanics, and a lot of the papers that get published are basically papers that basically run calculations in a quantum computer, but very clever computations, and then they show that they can do certain things. So this is a growing field. So there's a lot of room to be trying new ways of obtaining results that a classical computer wouldn't be able to do so well. And now you have the opportunity to verify your results using a quantum computer. Okay, so this is exciting. Okay, and well, I should have done this one wearing a bow tie, but I decided not to do that. Okay, well, this is QMG with the best, one of the best experiences of my life. I've had better experiences, of course. Well, other better, good experiences, but this is one of the best. Okay, I get to actually play with spinning electrons. I think they're using spinning electrons, right? Okay.